Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. Hi, cuties. Good morning. I hope you're having a good day. It's another beautiful day to decide to be conscious and decide how you're feeling, decide what your story is going to be, decide how your life is going to unfold. And before we get into today's video, remember that life is not happening to you, but happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself. And you're creating your reality on a moment-to-moment basis, contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things occurring around you. I know I've touched on this topic on my channel before, but I just want to go back to it for a second because I think it is a really necessary component to being able to sustain the relationships that you desire in your life and really align yourself with being the solution and showing up in a way that's going to be sustainable. So as you can see from the title, your happiness is your responsibility. And I think this is something that in relationships, we have to remind ourselves and see how we're operating and ask ourselves if we are placing our happiness or our ability to feel love and feel good in our life and how somebody else is showing up or what they're doing. Okay. So this is something that I see people kind of struggle with, when they're wanting to align themselves with being the solution, they're looking at what their person is doing and they're continually emotionally reacting to it and feeling victimized by it. And like I've said in my content before, I understand that maybe some of the things that are going on in your reality may be undesirable and may be frustrating, but the more that you feel intimidated by it, the more that you are dwelling in it or reacting to it, the more you're going to propagate it and see that it continues to unfold in your reality. When you can take the approach of taking a step back and asking yourself, well, how did I get here to begin with? I can't just point the finger at the people in my life and say that they are the problem. They're just doing this to me because what about myself? What do I actually believe about myself? And what do I believe about these areas of my life that have caused me to show up in a way where now I find myself in this situation that's undesirable? Your beliefs do create how you show up and how you move through your reality in a conscious and an unconscious manner. So instead of just looking outwards and saying, you're doing this to me, we have to develop the ability to look inwards and say, well, what got me here to begin with? Okay. If you can take that approach, that's going to really help you feel a lot better too, because when you feel like life is just happening to you, that's not really a fun place to be in. And you feel very powerless and you feel very defeated. But aside from that, I think also understanding love and relationships and how that, how to sustain a loving relationship through being able to make yourself happy is really, really, really important. So your relationship is not here to complete you. Regardless of what your person is or isn't doing, that should not affect your ability to feel love, happy, complete, and whole within yourself. And the error that people will make when they are materializing a relationship or wanting to fix a relationship is that they become frustrated with what their person is doing, saying statements like, I can't be happy because you're doing this. I don't feel loved because you're doing this. I don't feel valued because you're doing this. I don't feel blank because you are doing this to me. Okay. And what you have to realize is that your relationship is there as a complementary factor to where you are. You're the creator of your reality. You are the one creating your experiences. So if you're not feeling love or happiness or joy in your life, it is not because of what people are doing around you. It's because you are not happy with either yourself, you don't feel confident with yourself, you are over prioritizing people in your life, or you're placing your love and happiness in areas that should not be placed to begin with. So when you can realize that and you can sit and you can take the perspective to see, okay, how have I operated in a way that was undesirable? Now I can take accountability. Life's not just happening to me. And where have I placed love and happiness in my life in ways that it shouldn't have been? Now we can start to really, first off, work on those beliefs, stabilize within ourselves. But second off, we can take the focus off of what everybody is doing and decide to organize ourselves in a way where we can sustain our own happiness and ability to feel love. What does this allow for you to do? When you do this, then you start to show up already the way that you would be if you had what you desired. So instead of chasing love, instead of trying to change the people in your reality, instead of trying to force them into something, you become the creative force by being, by showing, by becoming, by leading by example. Okay. In yesterday's video, I gave an example of how I was in a situation where I had gotten triggered, right? So my partner wasn't giving me attention. And this was at the very, very beginning of my relationship. And I realized that I had gotten triggered. And when I took a really critical look at it, I saw that I wasn't feeling chosen. I wasn't feeling secure. I wasn't feeling prioritized, right? Is it my partner's job to make me feel secure, chosen, and prioritized? In all honesty, it's actually really not. It is not their job to make me feel that way. It's my job to make me feel that way. And when I feel that way within myself, about myself, and I don't force that or trying to manipulate somebody to choosing me and prioritizing me, when I can create that as something within myself, what happened and what I explained in that situation was instead of being bothered by what they were doing and trying to change them, I was able to soothe myself. I was able to pull myself out of that triggered state of being. I was able to reaffirm, and you know what? No, I am prioritized. I'm chosen. I'm secure within myself. I didn't react to what they were doing or create a fight or an irrelevant problem because what they were doing was bothering me. I went deeper into myself. I was able to drop it, let it go, not react to it, and continue to just enjoy them and trust that would unfold. And what happened was instead of trying to force or manipulate or react to them, because I went deeper into myself, I got to enjoy who I was with in that moment instead of trying to change them because what they were doing wasn't making me happy. And because I wasn't trying to change them and I could just enjoy them and I was secure within myself and built myself up, what happened was they started to give me that attention without me having to ask for it. They started to change those behaviors without having to ask for it. And it became something that was very sustainable in my life because how I was showing up and how I felt about myself and how I was operating elicited and attracted that experience in for me. Instead of trying to force and manipulate it, I created happiness and love and security and stability within myself. I felt chosen and prioritized within myself. Therefore, my perception of them changed. I didn't feel like I needed to change or manipulate them, which fostered the change that I actually wanted. Okay. Because at the end of the day, my relationship, the quality of my relationship is really the quality of the relationship that I'm having with myself. And when you can make it about yourself, when you can realize that it's nobody's responsibility but your own to make you happy and for you to feel loved, for you to feel secure, for you to feel chosen, for you to feel prioritized, then you stop reacting to what everybody is doing. You can actually hone in on what you're doing and how you're showing up and how you're feeling. And you can adjust that in a way that is going to effortlessly materialize in as your experience. Again, even if you can't wrap your mind around the manifestational perspective, you have to see that your beliefs create your behaviors. So if I can really get the belief in, like, no, I'm actually secure within myself, I am prioritized, I'm chosen, then even in the unconscious ways that I'm showing up, I'm going to show you by how relaxed I am, how knowing of myself that I am, how much I'm not going to play into the games or want to fight with you or manipulate you, that I know that I'm chosen, prioritized. Therefore, how I'm showing up, you're going to choose and prioritize me in that same way too. So what's the point of this video? What I'm telling you is stop getting frustrated with everybody and everything that's going on in your life. You're not happy. You're not happy because of what your person is doing. You're not feeling love because of what your person is doing. You're just not feeling happy and loved within yourself. And you're trying to say, I can't feel this way because of you and you and you and all of you people are doing this. No, it's actually none of their responsibility to make you feel that way. It's your responsibility to feel that way. It is your responsibility to decide what you believe and feel about yourself. It's your responsibility. You teach people how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself. And when you stop victimizing yourself over what everybody is doing and you realize it was never their responsibility to begin with to make you happy or feel love, then you can actually make adjustments within yourself where you can soothe yourself, where you can take accountability for how you've shown up, the things that you've created in your life. You can prioritize yourself, and then you can hold a knowing and trusting of the people around you that they're going to give you the love and respect that you deserve. And whether they do it right now or they don't do it right now, it doesn't matter because you're already feeling complete within yourself. Therefore, you're not going to try to force or manipulate them or pressure them into something. You're going to be able to show up in a way that naturally brings that out and creates that experience. Essentially, what I'm saying is stop trying so hard and focus more on yourself. Okay. Holding this knowing and persisting that, yeah, I'm going to get this treatment, that's important. But you have to realize that at the end of the day, if you're not happy and you're not feeling love and you're not happy with where you are in your life, that's your responsibility. And when you take full responsibility and accountability for that, you're going to be actually able to create the results that you desire in a sustainable way as well too. Because if my happiness and ability to feel love and stability and security within myself isn't dependent on anything around me, it's created by me, then when I'm in challenging situations or circumstances, I'm always going to be able to maintain that level of stability and love to where I'm always able to create the solution that I desire. I'm going to be able to assume positive intent. I'm going to trust. I'm not going to react emotionally. I'm going to feel solid and complete within myself. Therefore, I'm going to be able to consistently show up in a way where you could throw the biggest circumstance or challenge at me and it's not going to shake me because I'm solid in who I am and it's created by me and through me and maintained by me and through me. Okay. So I hope this gave you some perspective shifts. Okay. I love you all so much. All right. I hope you have a beautiful Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. So ask yourself today, instead of focusing on what everybody else is doing, how can I make myself happy today? How can I feel love within myself? How can I reaffirm in some beliefs about myself that really move me towards what I want to experience? Instead of focusing on what everybody else is doing, I'm going to know that everything is going to be fine. I'm going to decide, I'm going to get what I want. But who is that version of me and what can I do today to really start to authentically show up and be that way? Okay. And just keep readjusting yourself. Okay. It's a growth process. Don't put pressure on yourself. It's okay. You're not meant to be perfect. There's actually no such thing as perfect. You know what perfect is? Perfect is you actually just loving yourself and being happy with yourself and accepting yourself the way that you are and seeing your value and your worth and doing the things that you love free of judgment and not trying to force or manipulate anything. That's what perfection is. It's just the full authentic expression of yourself, trusting that people love you and accept you and they want to be around you and they find you enjoyable to be around. And you just take that little voice in your head that is so judgmental and negative and you just say, fuck you, get out of here. Okay. That's perfection, is you just loving yourself. Okay. So even if right now you're not feeling that great, you can still love yourself. And through doing that, you're going to feel better. Okay. So remove the idea of perfection. You're not meant to be perfect, but look at the approach you're taking and see if the approach you're taking is actually aligned with the results that you desire. And if it's not, make some adjustments in it. Okay. I'll see you all later. Have a beautiful day. I love you so much.